Hi, one best your sports fix. His name is Mike Brenner. My name is Peter Loshak. We are the Odds Couple. We come to you from sportsbookreview.com, SBRodds.com. Today's Wednesday, December 14th. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Wednesday, December 14th. Mike Brenner, let's throw the record up. Your overall record up, still very good.
Yep.
But you're on a hell of a cold streak right now. Your record is overall still positive. Your picks yesterday, the Knicks didn't make. It was. I
know.
But God, did you see what happened to me? I was like, Minnesota's going to be competitive here,
buddy,
and of course
they won it outright.
But I
started
made,
out slow.
Yeah, and I made 4 picks on the game. 3 of them lost. The full game pick won, but the team
that's
total
right,
over
did.
won.
Yeah.
The first quarter lost, and the team total over lost. The first quarter lost,
and
then the first half. Well, I bet it at 4, so I got to push, but I had to give it in the show at 3.5. That one lost. So I handicapped the game perfectly and wound up losing 3 out of 4.
And they get the outright win. Yeah, there's some days, Pete, or just some days. What did Mama? What did he say? Mama said there'd be days like these or something.
Unbelievable.
You know what though, Pete? I was reflecting, and I was in a hell of a slump last year on 2 different occasions, and that's where you grind it out. I'm not going to second guess myself.
Yeah, really, all that happened is you do that thing on Saturday where you take a bunch of picks kind of like blindly. You had 3 losers with Golden State there, and then 2 days ago you took Washington, which is a bad pick, and then you took the Knicks yesterday, which is a bad pick, and that's about it. So
And you know what? Last night at the bet box, a friend of mine was telling me that you could have got last night. Okay, you could have got Memphis +8 at home against Cleveland. All right, now today the 3 big stars aren't even getting on the plane for
they're
Cleveland.
all out. Yeah.
So that's everything. Just I don't know.
Okay.
I know one thing. I feel good about this slate tonight.
All right,
Pete.
sounds
I'm
good. Yeah,
back,
there's
baby.
10 games, a bunch of interesting situations. The first thing, there's a couple of totals that I'm like, let's just start with that.
All right.
Indiana and Miami is an interesting one. Now, Miami has started to go higher scoring. They're productive. And somehow, despite all the injuries, they're also getting it done. ATS wise, they're 5-3 ATS. The Pacers have covered 6 out of their last 9. Pacers a big overtrender on the road, and Miami a big overtrender at home. And if you just look at how Miami's gone, I'm wondering if the over might not be a decent play here at 205. Indiana's kind of been schizophrenic. They started off the year playing very high pace. Then they've had some good defensive games recently. So it's not clear what we're going to get from Indiana, but it's not a very high total here. I don't know, over 205. What do you think?
And it could be, and very well said. I was just reading an article, and Indiana still doesn't know what team they're going to be. It's just something they're trying to figure out. Miami had that big win the other night, and it's Goran Dragic. That kid is playing over his head. I mean, he is just going all out. Whiteside is also playing, but he's a little bit banged up. Justice Winslow, they've been feeling that hit. I don't know. I just don't know that either of those teams are consistent. Now, on a totals thing, I wouldn't stop it because I don't think defense is their number one, priority for either of those teams. And when you got guys injured, you're going to have guys trying to make a name for themselves, so they might be shooting more than usual. Yeah. I don't know, Pete. You are totals low shack.
Yeah.
If you've
Well,
got
I am leaning over on that one, and I did bet it. I'm not sure if I'm going to give it here. And then let's move on down to another game which I'm also leaning over now, and that's Detroit and Dallas. Now, I know that the Dallas is, if they're not the lowest scoring team in the NBA, they're definitely bottom 3, something like that.
But they just had a little outburst lately.
And they have gone over in 4 out of their last 5 games. And, we know what Detroit does, especially on the road. They're 8-6 over-under on the road.
Yep.
So they're a team that tends to be higher scoring on the road.
What's that number sitting at?
It's 188.5, which
low.
is very low.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that, Mike Brenner. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't talk you off that, Pete. Wow, because I think Dallas right now, Wesley Matthews, he's feeling good about it, and they're finding their groove. Yeah. Even though Nowitzki, they're getting it done with other people. So I don't know, man. You get teams start getting excited, getting a 3-game winning streak and stuff. That does things offensively.
Let's round off my totals, and then we'll get to your picks today, Mike Brenner. One of them does involve the Cleveland-Memphis game, right? They're playing on a back-to-back. We know that the big 3 are all out. So
not even getting on a plane.
Yeah. So that means that J.R. Smith and some of the other reserves for Cleveland are going to get step up. We know that Gasol was out last night, so he's going to be back here. Zach Randolph is back, and I'm actually thinking that I
heard Conley's going to be sitting.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. The total's 191. I'm actually thinking that I'm liking the first half and the first quarter over, and it's interesting that the market hasn't released those lines yet, even though the full game total is out. So I'm assuming it'll be about 96. The first quarter about 48 or something. That's another way I'm leaning, and then the other way I'm leaning, I'll decide what I'm going to give officially, but I'm all Sacramento, Houston. We know what Houston does.
Buddy.
Very high-scoring team. Houston is actually, I mean, the market is caught up with them, so they're actually only about 50-50 in terms of totals on the year. But they can easily go very high-scoring. These two teams met in this is all off the top of my head.
I love it. This is what I love about loshak.
They met on November 25th in Sacramento, and that game went barely over the current total, went to 221. The first half was higher scoring than the second half. So,
That's in his head.
Yeah,
and this guy will not sit down and watch a game with me as a fan of Papa Beer, but he'll tell you that Anthony DeSclafani's from Freehold, New Jersey, from Cincinnati Reds.
So I'm just saying that Houston the market is caught up with them, but there's still a good bet on their overs at times. Sacramento can be a defensive-oriented team at times, but they can also be high-scoring, especially against
what do you think Houston's team total will be, Pete?
Oh, the Houston team total. Well, let's see. The full game total right now is about 218.5, and Houston is a 9.5 point favorite, so that'll put them at about 114 or so.
Okay. Wow, I like that. I can see this team scoring 130 points.
We can go to Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle has 114 minus 106.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Sure?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I'm using Houston on the first half as well, and if it's still available, 5.5 is what I saw.
The first half is we can give you 5 minus 112.
Yep.
So you like Houston here? You don't think that? I mean.
No, I like them because this is the hottest team in basketball. All right, they're going for their 8th straight win. They are just running and gunning, having fun. D'Antoni is really coaching that team well. Ryan Anderson, look out! He's starting to fit in there. He's starting to get comfortable with Harden. Harden says he loves knowing that guy is right there. Anytime, he said he's like the emergency button. So with that being said, you got a lot of cohesiveness that was not there with Dwight Howard. So I think they come out running and gunning. I'm going to take them on the first half.
Could be a little bit of a revenge thing though, because Sacramento knows that they got beat at home, but so I don't know.
Yeah, but Sacramento's dealing with some injuries as well too. I don't know if Rudy Gay's going to be playing, and that's pretty big. All right, I'm going to take Houston first half minus 5, and team total. What was that again?
All right, well, first half minus 5 minus 112, and the team total is a Pinnacle line right now, 114 minus 106.
God, I love that. I think they could put up 120 or more tonight. Yep, team total over.
All right, and I will go with the first half. I will go with the first half over, which I'll take the Bet DSI line right now, which is 112 minus 110. First half over 112 minus 110. I mean, Houston could easily come out and put up
and look at the other side. DeMarcus Cousins, his last game. All right, he was in a little shooting slump for 5 previous games, but the last game he shot lights out. He scored like 34. I don't know. That kid can light it up too. And when he goes up against someone like Harden, he wants to show his his skills. So you're going to see it.
All right, first half over for me, and you're taking the first half for Houston and the team total over. What else do you like, Mike Brenner?
All right, buddy, I love it. I am going to the reason I'm going Clippers first half. It's minus 5 at Orlando. All right, Orlando really got the best of me. I had Atlanta last night, and Orlando played out of their heads. All right, I think they're going to be a little tired. I really do, and I think the Clippers are coming in off of a big win. Blake Griffin finally got his shot back. He was out that one game because of a knee. It's all in my head there. All in my head. But I love this. I think it's a good spot. So Clippers first half, I saw it hanging at minus 5, Pistol.
Yes, we can give you, let's see, the best line right now. LA Clippers, 5 minus 115.
Too good of a team, too much. Orlando doing back-to-back. I don't see it happening. Frank Vogel's got a job to do there. He knows it. And last night was really good. Alfred Payton finally came out of his box, but how long will that last? I'm not going to bank on it, so I'm going Clippers first half, baby.
Minus 5, minus 115.
Yep, love it.
All right, what else do you have for us, Mike Brenner?
You know what? I'm going to first half with the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
And they have not been kind to me on first halves, but I like what I read. And Popovich lit into this team 2-3 days ago. Lit into them. Heavy, literally did. And Patty Mills said, you know what? It's a shame that it had to come to that. It shouldn't. There's enough veteran guys. All right, they're going to feel that pressure again tonight. You got a Boston team so up and down, I can't figure them out, Pistol Pete. First half.
I mean, you look at the Spurs last game, and you're like, was that a one-off thing for them, or did they turn a corner? I don't know.
I think they turned a corner, and
so?
I think they really see, Leonard's going to have a big game tonight. Patty Mills is going to have a big game because of what he just said. All right, he's taking that on his shoulders with his coach, and I love that.
All right, what do you like here, Mike Brenner?
First half is minus 4 earlier.
Minus 4, minus 109.
Yep, I like it. Boston not been starting early, and I love it.
Okay, all right, then what else do you have for us?
I've got one more. It's a 6.3 team teaser.
Okay, so we'll go to Bet Online here. 6.3 point teaser. Okay, let's go.
Ready for me? Here we go, baby. I love every one of these. I'm going to go with the Spurs.
Okay, hold on 1 second. That'll put you at minus 1.5.
Okay, Houston.
Okay, that'll put you at minus 3.5.
And the Clippers, baby.
Okay, that'll put you at minus 3.5.
Yep. I like it.
Okay.
Pistol, I'm bouncing back tonight, and I'm saying that with confidence because, man, I'm telling you, there's just I've been in one of these ruts before, and guess what? The inevitable's getting ready to happen, baby. I'm coming out of it.
All right, sounds good. And now let's quickly touch on the obvious 10-foot pole game of the
Yeah,
card,
and it's there.
which is Toronto at Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, had two really nice road wins and very low scoring, so their defense cranked it up. But the Raptors, I don't know if this is not one that you saw coming, Mike Brenner, killing it.
They are killing it.
Just game in and game out and game in and game out.
They're
just
killing
rolling ATS. How long does that last? This is a total 10-foot ball game for me.
It is too for me because I know the pattern with them. But it wouldn't surprise me if Toronto goes in there and gets it done. Brett Brown, for the coach for the Sixers, says he likes what's happening. But here you go. Nerlens Noel finally makes his debut and gets hurt already, so he's questionable. All right, Embiid. I don't know what Philadelphia team's going to show up, but I think Toronto's really starting to feel some groove. And Dwayne Casey lit into their ass after last game because they defensively had a lapse in the second half. Still got the win, all right, but they were sloppy on defense, and he did not like that. And I like the fact he steps up like that. I think they might go in there and just kick that ass, but it's that 10-foot pole for me too, Pistol.
All right, sounds good, Mike Brenner. All right, so what I will give is I will give blind the first half under.
You remember when you had that eye surgery? Hell, you were blind for about a week.
I will give the first half over on Cleveland and Memphis, wherever that would probably be 96, but it might be a few points off of that.
Yeah, it might.
And as far as the Detroit-Dallas game, a little bit of a big balls play, but I will throw the over on that one, and that'll be 188.5 minus 107. This one could easily wind up being like one of those, 79, 77 games, and I'll look like an idiot, but I'll take it.
I don't know, because, you're looking at, and again, referring to this Cleveland game, you got a lot of defense that's not going to be there. So you got J.R. Smith. It might be just a gunslinger.
No, I'm talking about the Detroit-Dallas game.
I know you are, but I'm going back to Cleveland.
Okay,
I'm liking that over.
First half.
Yeah, Pete, that might be something to look at.
Yeah,
so.
and then I just got to make a decision on this Indiana-Miami game. I guess I don't know. It's just like it could easily. I mean, Miami could easily revert back to one of their sluggish, low-scoring.
I bet that
paces
kept you up last night for a minute.
No,
it might have.
All right, you know what? It's probably
pull that trigger.
No, I'm going to hold off on it. It's probably going to cash. That's probably going to be like the biggest winner out of all of my
we're going to hear it tomorrow.
Here.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So I'll hold off on that officially, but that's definitely how I'm leaning. Yeah, and the Clippers one. You really that was an obvious no-brainer. You really like that one, right?
I like it a whole lot. I really like it, buddy. And
you think that the Clippers have the personnel to come in and get a big
no doubt. DeAndre Jordan, and again, Orlando still without that Vukovic, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, they're coming off a nice win, and
And they're not too schooled enough, I don't think, with Frank Vogel as to where they could go back to back and bring it.
All right, I'm going to go on that with you as well. I'm going to take
Cleveland Clippers. Right there, going to change my luck.
Clippers first half -5 is the eye line, but I'll take it first half -5 minus 115.
All right, you better tell Dennis to crank it up because we're going to the bank. Dennis Pistol Pete jumped in.
I feel okay about our card today, Mike Brenner.
I do too.
All right, nice job. We'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday card.
God, I love what we do.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.